This is July 26, 2000. I'm at what I believe might be the Redbird prospector mine. This is GR0048. We didn't have a real good location for that, other than that the workings were near the head of French Creek, and I'm near the head of Little French Creek, which I presume back then was probably called French Creek. And I found a couple shafts and a trench. The shaft is noted, one of the shafts is noted on the topographic map, and there's also two adits shown just to the east side of the little ridge that runs along here. And I couldn't find either one of those little adits, so I don't know what they are or where they are. But I did find two shafts here on the west side of the ridge. What I'll call shaft 1 is down below me. I'm kind of looking right at the waste dump, even though it's a little hard to tell. You can see it extends from right here on out about 30 feet to where the base of that tree is. And it's only about 10 feet wide and about 6 feet thick. But you can see the old cribbing down here in the bottom of the gully. It's pretty well a little pool filled with water, although there is no water really draining in this little gully that comes down through here. That's all that's really left of shaft 1. Shaft 2 was probably an waste dump. It's about 5 feet thick, and it makes a pit about 10 feet in diameter, completely caved again, and not really any kind of a problem. You can see another little pit off to here, and then even beyond that there's another. I come over through here, another fairly deep pit over here. Fairly deep in the sense that it's about 6-8 feet, not really anything too significant. And these kind of continue off to the northwest here. You can see a big cut over here. Some of these may have been placers, or they actually plastered things out, so I'm not really going to call them adits, but obviously they had some workings here of some kind. See another little pit off in the distance over this way. I'll just kind of keep going over here. Might as well get most of these while I'm able to. Small little pits and cuts in there. This pit's about 8 feet deep, maybe 6-8 feet in diameter, something like that. Not too significant. Another cut down in here. Looks like a lot of this was kind of plastered, these long trenches down here. Or at least they were prospect cuts, if nothing else. And then they probably just sunk these shallow pits. I doubt if these were ever much more than 15 feet, 20 feet deep at the most. And now they've all caved in. To the east of that first shaft is another trench like this, about 50 feet long. And again, doesn't really amount to too much other than the fact that it is there. And there are some prospects here. So we're going to go ahead and call this the Redbird. Just can't really be sure what its original name was, but it's in about the right location. That should pretty well conclude this prospect. Well, I've come about a quarter mile past where the Redbird, or what I was calling the Redbird workings, were. This is a road that I'm not sure what the number is. It comes past the Lone Pine, or the access is off the Lone Pine Mine Road. It continues kind of north from the Lone Pine Mine area. And found an encampment here, kind of. You can see some old equipment here, beams, some pipe there. And we've got a little trailer parked under this A-frame. Some other equipment, a little storage place, bulldozer blade, bunch of scrap, metal and boards and that sort of stuff, an old refrigerator. And I assume this is probably here from when somebody was prospecting. Some of this isn't too long ago, but most of it's pretty rusty and looks like it's been here a little while. any case, I'll just go ahead and include this with the redbird, even though I'm not sure exactly what all this was used for in here. But I thought I'd get some video and move on and see if we can find a couple other workings that are supposed to be on up the draw here.